We got ourselves team one together with DGK, tried to hold the fort last time, but hopefully he'll be able to get a bit of support with Fadeaway joining that team as an Assassination role recently nerfed. Salt as enhanced Shaman, but I think a Dark Iron too, it's hard to tell. It is a Dark Iron, very difficult to tell. Whisper in the back as well as Yuko, the Monkeys, who just dominated last game. Beastly, man, over on team one. Haster, ready to go. Rude, we got us a Tree, and we got us a John. Michael? Mitchell? I think it's Michael as an undead. Unholy Death Knight versus GDK. Unholy versus Unholy. Gonna be a stun on GDK. Does have a dome as John tried to see if he can take up the damage. Kind of low in health though as GDK rotating the rest of his defense. John does not have a death pack. Try to see if he can maybe use death strikes in order to keep himself alive. Does get himself runic power weapon. That may be enough to help him survive. Try to see if he can hang in there, but he's definitely behind MS up for GDK. Looks like GD is gonna be able to stabilize John. Going for a trick it off the strangulate. Needs a stun on GDK, maybe can have a turnaround, got an AMS of his own, got the army a little bit earlier. Looks like maybe it's army with GDK, trying to go for a bit more pets of his own. Grippy hand available, maybe could use that in order to generate even more resources, maybe get the kill here. GDK trying to see if he can fight against it, but I think, oh, and John does end up taking him down. That was absolutely incredible. Between the two Death Knights, got himself a stun onto Salt before he could really get himself a proper go, trying to go for death strikes back to back, but the man is down in resources into Capacitor Totem. Static Totem not gonna let him go anywhere, and so I'll just need a couple more globals. Big elemental blast on the Death Knight with a death cry at the end. Does end up going down. Did fight it to the very end, but Rude's gonna be up next to Paladin. What a turnaround, dude. The turnaround was insane, actually. It looked like John was actually so behind, but he did come back up. Gonna be Counter-Strike Totem. Rude's may want to eliminate it. Does end up focusing in on it. Assault taking a lot of damage. Final wreck with a blind to follow. Rude's trying to see if he can blast past it. Got himself wings and everything. Hammer Justice can follow up. Sunder by Salt to give himself a bit of a breather, but the cleave down with a wake of ashes for Rude's does end up taking him down. Fadeaway gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can get in there. Doesn't even go for the sap in the open. Just goes in, sinking the bleed, sinking the dagger strikes into Rude's. Trying to pierce past those defenses, leaving the Paladin in pain. With a stun to follow. Fade may need to be thinking about a trinket. Paladin does not have cooldowns, so maybe this we just hold it. Shift to follow. Roots is going for a trinket with a shield of vengeance. The road trying to see if he can pass him. Poison bomb is gonna break past that shield. Roots got really not much left unless he bubbles it. Does go for the bubble and fade away. Goes in for the cloak evasion and the vanish to literally fade away as his name suggests. Although that was a lot of cooldowns committed. Dots are up on the Rudes. Rudes is limited to what they can do unless they can find a way to heal themselves or take down the rogue. It's gonna be disarm. Limited to what they can really get done. Trinket out of the fade away though. Rudes trying to go for a bit of healing. Blessing Protection comes back at the right time, trying to see if he can use a Bronco Wings to maybe. Oh! Just absolutely collapsed on that rogue. Are you kidding me? How are you alive? Oh my goodness, with Yuko trying to see if he can deny Rudes. The victory, quick blind into Yuko. Rudes is taking it defensively. Is going to go for a bit of a flash of light. This man has just used a lot of big cooldowns, bubble as well as a blessing protection for that rogue just to slam the victory. Does have himself shield of vengeance, procced immediately. Eye for an eye, and maybe able to reduce some of the physical damage. The blessing of layered hands is going to help him recover a bit. Yuko taking a lot of damage, could go for the karma right here if only Rudes had himself a proper tree or proper blessing protection to prevent a lot of damage from Yuko. Let's try to see if he can waddle away from him. Got himself lots of holy power getting built up. Wings available. Could go for a lot of self-healing off of this one. Does he have maybe another blind? It looks like he won't for a while. Even then, Yuko has a trinket. Yuko tried to see if he can pressure him. Rotating defenses. Got himself a karma into that Fort Brew in order to keep himself alive and healthy. Disarm onto tree. Not much you can really do to disarm those kitty claws as Yuko rotates yet another defensive. Kind of running low on them right now. The big defenses up, trying to see if he can reduce a lot of damage from tree. But tree get them bleeds that are just gonna go right through the dampen harm. Gonna be a big stun by tree. Trying to see if he can turn around to Whisper. He is a little bit behind. The bleeds are sunken. Whisper should have the advantage here. This is where Tree is trying to see if he can claw back to his victory. Doing quite a bit of damage to Whisper. It looks like he does get the bite Chris that he needs in order to come back out on top. Well done, well done. Rudes with 2, Tree with 2. The Death Knight Jonathan does end up coming back little by little. I like that. Let's get us another one going here, boys. Yeah, uno más. But it looks like Unholy Pain and his team are going to be 4-man squad, at least for the time being. Pav going to be up immediately. It's going to come out of camera, letting the guy know, hey, you're playing against a survival hunter. Unholy Pain is ready to go as well. On that team, we got Assassination, we got Assassination Najar, Magistra, and they're looking for Uno Mas for team 2. Hopefully they'll have a load in sometime soon. Bav immediately get a hit with a lockdown. Is he playing BM? Bav is BM this time, not survival. Got him some plated damage versus Unholy Paid as an army of the dead joins in. Bav just trying to see if he can turn around the Bestial Wrath. All his bets has Unholy in such a low health threshold. Maybe he can go for big kill shots, trying to get him some big damage. Gonna be a little bit of that defensive from Beastmaster Hunter, trying to go for fortification of the bear. Unholy trying to see if he can fight through the damage with an IBM. Does he have enough right here? Turtle Shell out for Bav as Unholy got nothing left when it comes to defenses. Maybe can AMS. Doesn't have a death pact at the moment. Needs a death strike immediately, but it's going to be kill shot immediately as soon as Bav comes out of the turtle shell. With Raisa going to be up next. Immediate stun. Does he go for Trinket? Does let him go for Trinket. IBM may just be enough here. Throwing out a couple of glaives at Bav. I think Bav is just dead to the glaives. Yeah, I don't even know if you really need to do much about it. Just Hunter was left with nothing left, with Huge Buttman going to be up next. Trying to see if he can fight through the Demon Hunters with a lasso. Immediately knocking it back, just controlling these guys entire game. Immunity out for Risa as they're trying to see if he can swing back over to Huge. Do the FCC chains potentially. Huge getting hit with a stun. Hunt to follow. Maybe he could use the Hunt to get himself a lot of value defensively, but it's going to be knocked back with their cooldowns. Needs just a 1-level burst. Oh! It just absolutely barrages him with just a bunch of meatballs. Back to back stun around the corner, but a root on the Najar can't really capitalize on it. Does slay the demon. It's going to be a capacitor on from a distance, add to a hex, but does end up going for a trinket. Huge Buttman does have a wall for this one with Najar picking up the demonic soul. Knocked back onto Najar with a knockback, but it's not going to sit that long at all. Huge got himself a wall. Goes to the ready. That's about all he can really do. Maybe he can go for a root totem around the corner onto Najar. If he can find a way to separate it from the demon hunter for just a second, he'll be golden. He's an Earthshock Frostshock combo for sure. Try to see if he can continue to get the damage in, but the Blade Dances can't quite reach Huge as he's going for knockbacks over and over and over. Does he have a Thunderstorm? He does have a Thunderstorm, almost knocked off the platform entirely, but I think he was able to clip him a little bit with those I-beams. Back-to-back lava bursts, big meteor coming down. Oh, Huge just ended up ascending on the guy with the full might of the lava. With Magistra as a Frosty Mage, trying to see if he can slow him down, trying to see if he can freeze him in place. Does he get himself a full stun, a full freeze? He's trying to go for it. I don't think he was able to get the full freeze to go through. Gonna be a back-to-back flurries with Lances to follow Huge. Does get himself a wall, so Magistra was able to force a pretty decent defensive out of him. And Magistra does use Icy Veins, also with an Ultra Time. Huge Buttman trying to see if he can purge any of these boats, but it looks like all the time is going to let Magistra recover a little bit of health. Tries to go for Firebend, doesn't quite connect. Huge does it and bypassing it with the big zaps. Back to back, well done. Oh my goodness, it was only a team of 4 over for the team Ali, but hopefully they can get themselves a 5th, man. Let's get Team Ali back in here again, yeah? Because I just want to see how they perform when they got a full 5-man squad.